Namaste and welcome everyone. My name is Kristyn and I am just so excited that you are here. If you are joining me today from the 7-day chakra immersion through the School of Living Yoga, please like and comment and let me know where you're coming from. We are so excited to share the wisdom of the 7 chakra system with you all this week. If you would like to sign up for this immersion, I will leave that link in the description below. With myself, Ali, Tina, and Laura, we will be sharing free online content with you this week, devoting each day to exploring one of the chakras of the pranic energetic system. As well, today's video is going to be devoted to chakra 3, the third chakra, Manipura, or the solar plexus. And this lustrous gem is really responsible for the ways that we manifest ourselves in the world, the ways that we take action in the world. It's one of my favorite chakras to work with because it really invites us to dig deep into our courage, into our strength, and step into our own empowerment. It really reminds us that we all have this beautiful internal flame, this light that lives within each one of us, the light of our own authenticity. And so to activate Manipura Chakra today, this gentle yet energizing yoga practice is going to be intended and designed to weave in core activating yoga asanas or poses, as well as pranayama or breathing techniques to really stoke that flame within. I invite you to take this practice at your own pace and really just listen to your body. Know that you can always pause when you need to and take refuge when you need to. At this time, I'll invite you to set the tone of your space. I don't have any music playing on my end, but if you would like to enjoy your favorite yoga playlist, you might turn up the sound a little bit, the volume on your end, and just take a moment here to reach for what you need. Today I have with me 1 or 2 blocks, and if you don't have blocks at home, you can always get really creative in your yoga props. You can grab a stack of books or anything that really helps to bring the earth up to you today. I also have a yoga mat. If you would like more cushion, more support for the knees, you can always double up on your mat or just bring in a folded blanket. I am so excited. Let's begin. We're going to begin in shavasana, coming down to corpse pose, just finding a comfortable supine position, laying on the back body. Just take a moment here to extend the legs, the arms out long. Let your whole body spill onto the earth. And if you'd like a little bit more support for the lumbar spine, the low back, I'll invite you to take the knees bent, the feet wide, and then just gently knock the knees together. Finding tripod pose or a pose of constructive rest. You might relax your arms down by your sides. Maybe flip your palms to face the sky, just as a gesture of being open to the wisdom of this practice today. And just arriving here with a beginner's mind, just being open to the energies that may arise as we activate third chakra, Manipura Chakra, the solar plexus. And just begin to close down the windows of the eyes here. Just allowing the eyes to become heavy. Softening your gaze. You may, of course, wish to keep the eyes just softly open, holding on to a little bit of that connection with the external world, if you choose. But just begin to soften into the darkness or even the little bit of light in beyond closed eyes. Start to tune into the already present rhythm of your breath. And just begin to observe the natural flow of breath here, in and out through the nose. Paying special attention to the energy, the flow, the sensation of the inhale. You might begin to imagine the inhale like the energy and the warmth of the rising sun. each breath in like a gentle awakening into your practice today. And I'll invite you to bring your awareness down into the solar plexus, the energetic center just below the sternum, just above the navel here. Manipura Chakra. You might start to imagine a glowing orb of yellow light. The light of Manipura, like the light of the sun. Radiant, bright. And with each inhale, imagine breathing into this energetic center. So you start to bring a little gentle encouragement to the breath, inviting in more of these deep diaphragmatic breaths. Awakening into the muscle of the diaphragm, simultaneously activating and awakening the energy of Manipura. As you breathe in, the diaphragm lowers, creating space for the breath, and as you exhale, it gently rises back up, supporting the lungs on the breath out. And if you're familiar with Dirgha Pranayama, we'll begin to weave that in. Taking a deep breath in all the way down into the pit of the low belly. And then bringing the breath up into the wider ribs and finally up into the chest and even the neck. And exhaling all three regions or compartments together. Good. Just continuing to find a few these deep diaphragmatic breaths. The 3-part breath, Dirgha Pranayama. Inhaling all of your awareness and the energy, the prana, into the solar plexus. As if you were stoking that fire within. Starting to build that internal flame. Taking one more deep breath here. And exhale to release. Relaxing back to your natural flow of breath here, just taking a moment to welcome in how you feel today. Manipura reminds us to honor our own authenticity. So however you are being is perfect, just as it is. I'll invite you to bring your left hand to your heart and your right hand over top of your left ear. So we welcome in a few affirmations for today's practice. Affirmations to resonate with the energy and the awakening of Manipura. I am enough, and I have enough. I trust in myself, and I wholeheartedly believe in myself. I am strong, confident, and powerful. Taking a deep breath in and exhale a sigh. Beautiful. Relax your arms down by your sides. Ground your palms into the earth. If your legs are extended, bend the knees. Bring your feet to the earth. Bringing the feet about hip width here. On your next breath in, sweep your arms up towards the sky, the beautiful sun above you. And as you exhale, let them relax overhead, opening up the chest here. You can micro bend your elbows as much as you need. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, relax your arms down by your sides, ground your palms into the earth, tuck your tailbone under, find your kegels, press into your feet and lift your hips up into bridge pose. Good, lower the hips down. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Fill up. And exhale, relax your arms down by your sides. Press into the feet, lift the pelvis and the hips up. Good, roll the spine back down. Follow the breath here. Inhale, open up, become spacious. Exhale, ground into the palms and the feet. Lift the hips up. Squeeze the glutes here. Starting to awaken that fire within. Lower the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to lift the hips. Bridge pose. Good. We'll hold here this time for a couple of breaths. You might take a moment to tuck your shoulder blades under, but just keep the head nice and neutral. Bringing pressure into the upper back body, and then press the feet gently away from the upper back body just to lift your hips a little bit higher here. Start to notice all of those places where you feel a little bit of heat, a little bit of warmth, that yang energy within, the energy of the sun that lives within. Taking one more deep breath in. Lift the heels, and as you exhale, slowly roll the spine vertebra by vertebra all the way down. Good. Take your arms out nice and wide. Flip your palms to face the earth. Bring your feet a little bit wider than your hips here. Let your knees fall over to the right and just bring your gaze over to the left. Really gentle supine twist. And we'll start to flow with the breath a little bit here. As you inhale, bring your gaze, your knees to center, find your midline. And as you exhale, knees to the left and gaze over to the right. Inhale, find your center. Exhale, find your twist. Beautiful. Just flowing a few times from side to side. But you might, again, pay special attention to the center of your core, the core of your asana practice, the energy of solar plexus. And just notice where you feel that activation, that strength to really lift the knees from side to side. You might even close down through the eyes here, pratyahara, and just really bear witness to the sensations that arise within your internal landscape here. Take one more breath from side to side so you can find balance along your midline. Good. Bring your knees back up to center, arms down by your sides. Hug the knees up into the chest. So we're using our core here to hold the knees, keep them lifted. You can always take your hands to your knees if you'd like a little bit more support here. But I invite you to bring your shins parallel to the earth and then flex the feet. Hug navel to spine, eliminate that gap between your low back and the earth. Take a nice deep breath in at center. And exhale to release. Now take your arms out nice and wide. If it's accessible to you, breathe in deeply. And exhale, just bring your knees over to the right, maybe just an inch or two. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Again, maybe just an inch or two. Continuing to follow the breath. Finding these little micro twists by using the strength of your core, the core of your asana practice, and the strength of Manipura to really bring you into the twist. Only to the degree of your own capacity, your own edge here. If you're feeling strong and confident You might even dive in a little bit deeper on each side, but there's no rush. Again, really just focusing on where you feel the sensation, where you feel the strength and the energy building. One more breath, side to side here. Well done. Bring your knees back up to center. This time, hug your knees into your chest, tuck your chin, wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a good, loving, gratifying squeeze. Good. Lower your feet, your head to the earth. Extend your right arm up overhead. Roll over to your right side, and we're going to very slowly make our way into tabletop position. Coming onto all fours, ensuring to support the knees with a blanket or an extra mat. Take a moment to stack the joints here, so shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and your knees will tell you if you want your toes tucked or untucked. From there, find a nice neutral spine. Spread your fingertips wide like the sun and hug your navel to your spine. So imagine as if someone were trying to push you over. They probably couldn't because you are so strong already in this pose. On your next breath in, dip the belly low, lift your gaze, pull your heart forward, and lift your tail into cow spine. And then begin to ride the wave of Ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath. As you press the earth away from you, dome the upper back and tuck the chin. Little containment in your core here. Inhale, open the chest, cow spine. Exhale, Ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath as you find cat. Just flowing with the breath through this very gentle flexion and extension of your spine. There's no rush. Finding that little containment of your core as you dome the upper back into cat stretch to expel all of the breath out. And now if Ujjayi breath, oceanic breath is new to you, you can simply just hug the back of the throat in so the exhale becomes slow, controlled, and audible. Like the sound of the waves or the ocean, Ujjayi starts to bring in this beautiful vibrational tone in the back of the throat, like a gentle warming, awakening from the inside out. Take one more full cycle, cat-cow. Beautiful. Inhale, find your tabletop pose. From here, tuck the toes under, press into the palms, and just hover the knees an inch off the earth. We'll find bear pose. If you have a tendency to hyperextend the elbows, just micro bend them here. Press the earth away from you, hug navel to spine. Stay with your breath. So often when we're holding poses, we have this natural tendency to hold our breath. But deepen into the power in behind the breath. The power to breathe into the heat of any moment, both on and off of your mat. Find a gentle, energetic scrub of your palms back towards your knees, and your knees pull forward. 2 more breaths here. You can lower down the knees on the final exhale. Or if you feel called on the next inhale, push your hips up and back into the first downward facing dog of your practice today. Adho Mukha Shavasana. Just take a few moments here to bring in some gentle movement. So you might pedal out the feet, bend one knee and then the other. Maybe shift your hips from side to side. Let your heels fall from side to side, opening up into the lateral meridians of the body here. And if down dog ever feels like too much, just know that you can always find tabletop, cat-cow, even child's pose. Good. Take a moment here to find stillness in your down dog. Bring your feet hip width. Micro bend your knees, ground into your palms, into your index fingers, and draw your heart a little bit closer to the top of your thighs. Tilt your tailbone up and let your heels fall, but they don't need to touch down. Spiral your armpits open. Now shake your head no. Decide what you are saying no to in your life today. Now shake your head yes. Remember that you have the power to decide what you say yes to. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Wonderful. Inhale, lift both heels up. Bend the knees, look to the top of your mat, and just take a few big steps to come forward. We'll find a very passive standing forward fold. So bend your knees as much as you need to support the low back, the lumbar spine here. You can always take a block underneath the hands, even a water bottle. You might even rest low belly on the top of the thighs, but just allow the head, the upper body to hang nice and heavy to welcome in the decompression of your spine here. Bearing witness to a little bit of that activation in the lower part of the body, a little bit of the strength here, and the relaxation, the passivity in the upper half. Notice your breath. You might find stillness at center, or maybe feel called to sway a little bit from side to side. If you'd like to let go of any tension in the neck again, maybe just shaking the head yes or no. Taking one more breath. Beautiful. Release your fingertips down to the earth and then walk your hands up to your shins. Take a nice deep breath in as you lengthen up into a halfway lift, a nice flat back here. Lengthen from root to crown, drop your shoulders down away from your ears. And then exhale, fold yourself in two. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more. Good. Bend the knees. Take your hands to your hips. Inhale, lead through with the crown of your head as you rise all the way up. As you come to standing, relax your arms down by your sides, palms face forward. Inhale, find a sun breath. Sweep your arms out and up, reach to the sky above you. Take your palms together and exhale, hands come to heart center, Ujjayi Mudra. Take one full breath here. And I wish you all a beautiful practice today. We'll begin moving through Surya Namaskar A, sun salutations. We'll take it at a very slow pace, taking as many steps, as many breaths as you need. Lots of room for variation. Relax your arms down by your sides, find mountain pose, Tadasana. Palms face forward, open up across the front of the chest. Activate your quads, feel your kneecaps lift, little tone of your core here. Breathe in, bring your shoulders forward and up, and as you exhale, let them fall back and down. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Let your palms touch as you exhale. Trace your thumbs down your midline as you hinge at your hips, micro bend your knees, and bow all the way forward. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, bend your knees, plant your palms, step back, high plank pose, or top of a push-up. Now you're welcome to lower down the knees for more support. But wherever you land, spread your fingertips wide, press the earth away from you, wrap everything around your center. If you're in supported plank with the knees down, if your bum is lifted or your hips are drooping, see if you can find that nice diagonal stance. This is a strong pose. Take a nice big breath in. And all together, lower the knees down. Tuck the elbows in like little grasshopper wings. And come down as slow as you can, as many breaths as you need. Touch down belly, chest, and chin. Untuck your toes. Press the tops of your feet into the earth. Feel your kneecaps lift. Squeeze your glutes. Inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. Good. Exhale, lower back down. We'll do this a couple of times. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, lower down. One more breath. Inhale, lift. But this time, pause here. Bhujangasana, Cobra. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Just gaze at the top of your mat. Stay nice and long in the cervical spine, in the neck. And notice the activation of your multifidus muscles, those muscles that run along the length of your spine for strength, support, stability. Stay with your breath here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lower chest and chin. One more back bend. Inhale, lift the chest, low cobra. If you're feeling called to deepen in, you might press into your palms and lift the chest a little bit higher. High cobra. Elbows tucked in, drop your shoulders. Exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, press yourself up to supported plank. Come up to the hands and the knees, and then push the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. We'll find 3 deep breaths here. Inhale to create that spaciousness. And exhale to release into your authentic nature. Always coming back home to the breath. Next, deep inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, take a few big steps to come to the top of your mat. Find that forward fold. Take your hands to your shins, inhale, halfway lengthen, Ardha. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, spread your arms wide, inhale, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart, Samastiti. Take one full cycle of breath here. Just observing the energy of Surya Namaskar A. We'll move through again, maybe a little bit faster this time, but again, at your own pace. Follow the breath. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale as you bow from sky to earth. Hands to shins or the earth. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back, plank. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, lower down knees first, or come down slow all together as one. Chaturanga. Inhale, low or high cobra. Exhale, bow. Tuck the toes, press up through supported plank, or reverse the flow all together. Push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Again, 3 beautiful breaths here. Remembering you can always skip down dog. You may find table, cat, cow, child's pose. Next breath in, lift both heels, bend the knees, take a few big steps, or maybe hop or gently float to come to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One full breath. Beautiful. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips back and low, finding Utkatasana chair pose. Bring all of your weight into your heels, press into the outer edges of your feet. Feel yourself hug muscle to bone around the hips. Imagine you're trying to sit into a chair that someone's pulling out from underneath you. Stay with the breath. You might even find some little pulses on the inhale, maybe come up just a bit. And the exhale, bring your hips back and low. 2 more breaths. And 1. Good. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, take your arms wide, find mountain pose, Tadasana. Come back to your breath here. from mountain pose, I'll invite you to take your palms to the low back, fingertips facing down. Drop your shoulders down and away from the ears, and then draw the elbows towards one another. Micro bend the knees, tuck the tailbone out and lift from the heart. So a very gentle back bend here. Imagine that radiant orb of yellow light, the light of solar plexus, just shining forward. Good. Extend the legs, stand up tall, hinge at the hips, bow forward, and just trace your finger pads down the backs of your legs here. Inhale, flat back, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step your left foot back. Shorter stance. We'll prepare for warrior one, so back foot comes to a 45. Find that heel to heel alignment, or maybe a little bit wider. Press into the outer edge of your back foot, lunge into the front knee, look forward, sweep both arms up. Take a moment to square your hips to the top of your mat. You can shorten or lengthen your stance as much as you need so you can ground into both feet. Lunge forward, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down. From here, cactus the arms out nice and wide. Lift your finger pads to the sky, maybe lift your gaze. Zip up your midline, strong in your core. Find some of those deep diaphragmatic breaths. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands to frame your front foot. Inch that left foot back. Find your runner's lunge. And then gently lower down the back knee, low lunge. Right knee over right ankle. Support the back knee here. If you don't have a blanket, you can always fold the long edge of your mat in half. It's like you have a double mat back there to support the back knee. Good. From here, lift the chest up, sweep both arms up. And we're going to come into a bit of a shorter stance here. So you're going to want to just bring the right foot in or back just a little bit. Or you can always take the hands to the earth and bring the left knee in just a little bit. So just a bit of a shorter lunge here. From here, take your hands to your heart center. Hug navel to spine and then twist over to the right. Again, find that little containment in your core here. And then take right hand to the low back and the left hand to the outer edge of the right knee. Low twisted lunge. Noticing how it feels to breathe into this shape. And of course, if it's accessible to you, with hands in prayer mudra, you could always hook the left elbow to the top of the right thigh, lift the right elbow up, and then lift your heart up to your thumbs. But again, listening to your body, choosing the variation that works best for you. Nice and slow, make your way through center. Take your hands to frame your front foot, lift the back knee. Bend the back knee and then hop the left foot to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen, find that reset. Exhale, fold. We'll come to the other side, step the right foot back. Again, back foot comes to a 45, shorter stance. Lunge into the front knee, look forward, sweep both arms up. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Press into the outer edge of your back foot to go deeper into your lunge here. This is a strong pose. Lift from the chest, drop the shoulders down towards your tail, strong in the upper back body. Cactus your arms out wide, kiss your shoulder blades together, maybe lift your gaze. Deepen into the experience of the breath here. Finding some of those deep diaphragmatic breaths. With a strong core, the core of your asana practice, there's a sensation of rooting down and yet rising up at the same time. expanding outward in all directions. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your hands to frame your front foot. You're going to inch that back foot back just a bit. Find your runner's lunge, and then lower down the back knee, low lunge. Again, from here, you can either bring the back knee in just a bit to shorten your stance, or lift the arms up, lift the chest, and then just bring the left foot in a bit. Take your hands to your heart. Twist to the left. You can hook right elbow to the top of left thigh, lift your heart to your thumbs, or just take right hand to the outer edge of left knee and left hand to your low back. Maybe gaze over the left shoulder here. A few deep breaths. And so in this shorter lunge, we're really not sinking into the hips, but there's a little bit of strength in the left leg. So just press into the left foot. One more breath. Slowly unravel your twist. Take your hands to frame your front foot. Lift the back knee. And step the right foot to the top of your mat. Find that forward fold. Take a deep breath in, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold yourself in two. Bend your knees, spread your arms wide, root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. One full breath here. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale as you bow from sky to earth. Hands to shins or the earth. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, plant your palms, step both feet back, downward facing dog. Wonderful. Inhale, come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lower knees down first or come down slow all together, belly, chest, and chin. Untuck the toes. Inhale, find low cobra, lift the chest, and again, we'll pause here. Press the tops of the feet into the earth, feel the kneecaps lift, but this time let your palms become light. And then lift the right leg up. Notice where you feel sensation, where you feel strength. Lower the right leg, lift the left. Lower the left, lift both legs up. Extend your arms down by your sides, palms face the earth, draw your pinkies closer to one another. Strong in the upper back body, locust pose, shavasana. As you inhale, find length in the body. As you exhale, dig deep, find the courage and the strength to lift the chest, lift the feet higher. 2 more breaths. Enjoy the exhale, lower all the way down, stack your palms at the top of your mat. Create a little pillow for the forehead and just soften into a reverse shavasana here. Take a few deep belly breaths. In a prone position, belly down on the earth, this really helps to bring the breath into the back of the body, into the back of the solar plexus. When you're ready, lift your gaze, take your palms underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up through tabletop to extended child's pose. Take the knees open wide, untuck the toes, big toes touch. Sink your sitting bones down towards your heels and just reach your arms out in front. Bow your forehead to the earth. If you'd like more support here, more support for the hips, you can always take a bolster, a pillow, or a cushion underneath your seat to lift the hips up. And if it feels like too much for the knees, you can always roll to your back and just hug the knees into the chest. Take the knees open wide. Allow the hips to fall heavy here. And just start to deepen back into the breath. This brings a nice deep massage for the low belly. Helps to calm the nervous system. Open the hips and a nice beautiful stretch for the back. We're going to find 3 Ujjayi breaths here, but with the invitation for you to exhale through an open mouth as if you were trying to fog a mirror. Manipura reminds us that it is also the fire, the flame to burn away the things that no longer serve us. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. 2 more. Beautiful breath. Begin to press into your palms. Slowly lift yourself up. Adjust your knees underneath your hips, cross your ankles, and come over to sit on your bum. You might scooch yourself towards the center of your mat. Just take a moment here to find a nice tall seat. Ground into your sitting bones, lengthen from root to crown. Reach your arms out in front. We'll come into boat pose, Navasana. You might flip your palms to face the sky. And from here, hug navel to spine, lean back. Find that containment in your core. You can keep the feet grounded for more support or bring the shins parallel to the earth. Continue to lift from the chest. If you'd like to challenge yourself today, come into the full variation. Extend the legs out nice and long. But remember, you can always change your mind. Drop your shoulders down and away from the ears. Imagine as if you could lift yourself up a little bit more from the solar plexus. 3 more breaths. That little bit of heat, that little bit of strength that you find as you dig deep into the final moments of a hold or a workout. That is Manipura. Inhale deeply. Exhale, lower the feet. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhale, take your hands to the earth. From here, bring your hands to your hamstrings and just slowly, slowly start to roll all the way down to your back. Hug the knees into the chest. We'll find little boat pose. And just enjoy a few rocks here from side to side. Just massaging at the low back sacral area. And when you're ready, lower your feet down to the earth. Bring your feet hip width. Scoot your heels in close to your bum. Take your arms out nice and wide. From here, press into your feet. Lift the hips up. Shift the hips over to the right. Lower them back down. And the knees will naturally fall up and over to the left. Finding your supine twist. So right hip lifts up. Upper back body stays nice and grounded. This can be a wonderful opportunity to bring in a pillow or a block underneath both knees or even in between the knees. Take a moment here to inch your shoulder blades, your crown a little bit further towards the top of your mat. Lengthen through the spine and then gaze over to the right. Close down through the eyes, relax the jaw. And just begin to notice how it feels to breathe into this shape. To breathe into the right side lung. In the beginning of our practice here today, we paid special attention to the inhale. The inhale like the energy and the warmth, the light of the rising sun. But now begin to Just pay more intimate attention to the exhale. Allowing each breath out to just bring you deeper and deeper. As I mentioned before, Manipura, this internal flame, also has the power to burn away the things that no longer serve you. An opportunity to let go and to create space. So you might imagine each breath like an opportunity for you to let go. Letting go of one thing that perhaps stands in the way of shining your light bright. Of stepping into your power, your true authenticity. Now you're welcome to stay on this side as long as you need, but when you're ready, bring your gaze back up to center, remove your props, and slowly, slowly, using the strength of your core, lift the knees back up. Take a moment to realign your spine here and then find some free movement, something that feels good in response to a twist. You might hug the knees into the chest, rock a little bit from side to side. You might find some little windshield wipers with the shins, letting the knees fall right to left. You might even enjoy a nice big stretch. When you're ready, we'll come to the other side here. Align your spine at center, ground into the feet. And then lift the hips up and over to the left, lower them back down, and let the knees fall stacked up and over to the right. Again, just take a moment here to settle in. You might bring a block in. You might notice if one side feels a little bit different than the other, for we are naturally asymmetrical beings. When you're ready, gaze to the left. Engage the full length of your spine into the twist here. Close down through the eyes. And just begin to settle in. Deepening back into the breath, maybe finding a few rounds of Dirgha breath. Just noticing how it feels now to breathe into the left side lung. Each exhale, letting go of tension, and perhaps letting go of one thing that no longer serves you here today. When you start to lose track, and the monkey brain starts to come back in, simply just circle your awareness back to the breath. Twists are a really beautiful opportunity not only to activate the energy of the solar plexus, but also an opportunity for you to let go. I have a teacher who likes to say it's kind of like wringing out an old dishcloth. Not that any of you are old dishcloths, but you can imagine just wringing out, letting go of those things that just no longer serve your purpose. And again, you're welcome to stay on this side as long as you need. But when you feel ready, slowly start to make your way back up to center. Take a moment to realign the spine. And again, a couple of breaths just to explore some free movement, something that feels really good and in service to your practice today. And from there, we'll hug the knees up into the chest. To find happy baby, take the knees wide open. Thread your hands in between the knees. Reach for the outer edges of the soles of your feet. Flex the feet. Take the feet high to the sky and just drop the knees down towards the earth. You may also wish to instead take peace fingers to the big toes or just hands in behind the knees. Wherever you land, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And imagine as if you were trying to Velcro the entire length of your spine to your mat. So there's a little tuck of your tailbone down. You might find stillness, or maybe you feel called to rock a little bit from side to side. Maybe you feel called to extend one leg and then the other. Just 2 more really deep, nourishing breaths here. And slowly hug the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your knees, tuck your chin, give yourself a good, loving, gratifying squeeze. Breathe in deeply. And then exhale, lower the head, lower the feet, and relax the entire body down into your final pose of rest for today's practice. You may find shavasana, maybe tripod pose. Maybe you feel called to one more pose, one more stretch, or something that you feel like your body needs in order to complete your practice today. Take as much time as you need. When you're ready, give yourself permission to just settle into that beautiful place of stillness, this place of consolidation. A moment of rest to reflect upon your efforts, the strength and the courage, the breath and the sweat that you put into your practice today, knowing that all of that is what you can take home with you. The energies, the activation and the awakening of Manipura Chakra. You may wish to stay in shavasana, but if you are looking to close your practice with an experience of Yoga Nidra, I will leave some of those links with the theme of Manipura Chakra in the description below. And so you might follow those and just lean into a little bit of deep rest to finish your practice today. I'd like to thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. It's been such a pleasure to hold space for you all. I look forward to seeing you in the next video as we will be moving up into Anahata or heart chakra with one of the other beautiful members of this team here at the School of Living Yoga. If you haven't signed up yet and you would like to, I'll leave that link in the description below. One final note, if you do sign up, we are giving away a wonderful gift, a therapeutic massage gun. So you have a chance to win as well. If you feel called to deepening into your experience, your own self-study of the chakras and the 7 chakra system, and perhaps feeling called to attend a 200-hour yoga teacher training, I will let you know that myself and Ali and Tina and the team at the School of Living Yoga, they are launching an online 200-hour yoga teacher training, Embodied Wisdom, launching this fall online. It is their biggest training of all of the ones that they offer. And they were going to be spending 1 month each on each one of the chakras. So it's going to be a more in-depth exploration for a total of 9 months. So it's really, really spacious, and it's a go at your own pace. And so if you're looking for more information with that, I would love to connect with you and share with you all of their information. We would just love to have you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and comment and subscribe to stay notified when new content comes out each and every week. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Namaste.